It's really about the strategy behind it, deep strategy.
Okay, so let's set the scene. You've got the Galactic Alliance, 12 species. They've been doing the interstellar travel thing for, like, millennia.
Yeah.
And they find us, humans, who've just figured out faster than light travel.
And the Alliance is not thrilled. Not at all.
No, they basically drop an ultimatum, give up the FTL tech or, face annihilation from their giant fleet. We're talking 300 warships parked practically on Earth's doorstep.
Pretty high stakes for a species just getting started in space. It's a classic David and Goliath setup, really, but on a huge scale. The Alliance clearly thinks this will be quick.
You'd think so. But then, things get weird. Instead of, like, a surrender signal or a desperate fight, just one human ship pops up in Alliance space.
One ship, unarmed.
Yeah, totally unarmed. Just sitting there.
Which immediately messes with their plans, right?
Yeah.
They're ready for a fight or a surrender, and they get this question mark.
Right. So the Alliance commander, this guy HFY, picture maybe some kind of, I don't know, extra eyes or something.
Possibly. Alien commander, yeah.
He's just completely confused.
Yeah.
Looking at his office like, what is this? One ship. It doesn't feel like diplomacy. It feels like, I don't even know.
Well, from a standard military perspective, it makes zero sense. You're facing overwhelming odds. You either show force or you fold. This single ship, it suggests they're playing a totally different game.
Then they actually talk. A human comes on screen, Captain Tom, from the Earth vessel Pioneer. And the transcript says he's, like, middle-aged, super calm.
Just wearing a plain blue uniform, apparently. No military rank, nothing flashy.
And he just says, really calmly, I'm here to discuss terms. Can you imagine? With 300 guns pointed at you.
It's quite the contrast. The massive fleet versus this one calm guy. His whole demeanor, it sort of hints that there's more going on here than meets the eye. Some hidden card, maybe.
So Vex, who's probably getting a bit impatient.
Understandably.
He demands to know where Earth's FTL drive is. The whole reason they're there.
And Captain Tom's answer is just, it's a showstopper.
He says, we didn't bring one.
Just flat out. Our ship arrived here using conventional propulsion.
Imagine the silence on that Alliance bridge. They must have thought their translators were broken.
Right. Because this is the first big twist. Their whole reason for the ultimatum, human FTL tech, isn't even on this ship. Vex must be furious, thinking his intel is wrong.
But Tom clarifies. He says, I didn't say we don't have FTL, just we didn't bring one on this ship.
The specifics.
Exactly. Then the science officer, Kel, chimes in. Their scans confirm it. The Pioneer is a generational ship.
A generational ship, meaning?
Meaning it was launched decades before the Alliance even knew humans existed. It took 76 years to get there, traveling below light speed.
76 years. Wow,
Yeah.
Okay, that changes everything.
Right, that's commitment. It shows this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment thing.
It speaks to incredibly long-term thinking. Planning that started way before this FTL issue even came up. And it maybe suggests the Alliance missed something fundamental in their intelligence gathering. They were so focused on FTL.
They miss the slow boat coming.
Yeah.
So Vex asks the obvious question. Why send this old, slow ship now when you presumably have faster ones?
What is the point?
And Tom's answer is just intriguing. He says it was to understand the Alliance, basically, and also as a, quote, greeting, an extended hand of friendship.
A 76-year-long greeting.
Yeah, it's this weird mix of, like, genuine curiosity and maybe something else. It clearly makes Vex uncomfortable.
That kind of timescale for diplomacy is probably completely alien to them. It implies a different kind of patience, a different strategic depth. Is it genuine? Is it a probe? Hard to tell.
Then they check on Earth. The tactical officer reports everything's normal back home. Business as usual.
Which Vex finds baffling. He calls it remarkable calm for a species facing extinction.
And Tom just replies, we've faced threats before. Simple as that.
That line speaks volumes. It hints at a history, a resilience the Alliance probably didn't factor in. They're not panicking.
Okay, but this is where it gets really wild. The science officer, Kel. They find the Pioneer's database is full of information about humanity.
Oh, like what?
Like detailed historical records, tech development curves, even psych assessments.
Wow, they just handed that over.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And as Vex starts processing all this data, the transcript says a cold realization hits him. What do you think was in there?
It probably wasn't one thing, but the whole picture. Seeing humanity's history, how we adapt, how we innovate under pressure, the tech timelines might show an incredibly steep rate of progress. And the psych profiles. Maybe they revealed a capacity for strategic thinking, for planning, that went way beyond what the Alliance expected from, newcomers. A species that learns fast.
That makes sense, because then Vex brings up the obvious point. The ship has no weapons. None at all.
Which seems crazy, sending it into this situation.
Tom just confirms it. That's correct. Like, yep, no weapons. It's almost eerie.
It forces Vex to think, okay, if it's not military, what is this ship's purpose? It's clearly not just a friendly hello, given the context.
And right on cue, everything changes. Thousands of tiny energy signatures suddenly pop up all over the system. Everywhere.
The other shoe drops?
The tactical officers freaking out, can't identify them.
They were so focused on the one big, obvious ship.
Exactly. And Captain Tom, perfect timing, says, I believe my colleagues have arrived. Yeah. He says, you said you came alone. I said we set one ship. I never said there was only one human in this system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is brilliant misdirection.
Total mic drop moment. The one ship was just the focal point, the distraction.
So what happens next? What are these signatures?
Well, reports start flooding in from all 300 Alliance warships, systems failing, weapons locked out, navigation offline, everything all at once.
Simultaneously, across the whole fleet.
Yep. And not a single shot fired. Nothing. Vex is just stunned. What have you done? He asks.
How did they do it?
Tom explains it. He says, long before humans got FTL, they had already perfected nanotechnology, AI, and quantum entanglement communication.
Nanotech, like microscopic machines.
Exactly, and AI to coordinate them. Quantum entanglement means instant communication no matter the distance. So those tiny energy signatures the Alliance had dismissed for decades.
The ones they thought were just repair units or something.
Those were it. Humanity's network. They were already in the system. The Pioneer wasn't alone. It was just activating the network. It was never really unarmed.
So the nanites, controlled by AI, communicating instantly, just disabled the entire fleet from the inside out without a fight.
Yeah. Precisely. They'd been seeding the system for years, maybe decades, under the Alliance's nose. The generational ship was just the trigger, maybe, or the command node.
Vex must have felt the floor drop out. He realizes, one ship. You sent one ship because you never needed more.
Yeah. The sheer strategic depth of it. They didn't try to match the Alliance ship for ship. They just bypassed that whole problem. Use their unique strengths.
It's asymmetric warfare taken to an extreme, hitting the enemy's technological weak points instead of their strengths. Incredible long-term planning.
And then Captain Tom just smoothly brings the conversation back to diplomacy. Like, okay, now shall we discuss those terms?
The power dynamic has completely flipped. 1 minute Vex has the hammer, the next he's realizing he's dealing with a species that thinks generations ahead and uses tech in ways he can't even comprehend.
You can almost feel his fear, but it's mixed with this grudging respect, right?
Absolutely. It's not fear of raw power necessarily, but fear of the unknown, of this completely different strategic mind.
So when we boil this whole deep dive down, what's the main takeaway? For me, it's that power isn't always about the biggest fleet or the loudest gun.
It's about strategy, patience, and using the tools you have in unexpected ways. Humanity won here through cleverness and foresight, not brute force.
They leveraged technology the Alliance didn't even properly understand or maybe dismissed as insignificant. That mastery, combined with long-term planning, that was decisive.
It really forces you to rethink what constitutes strength. Is it just military might? Or is it adaptability, intelligence, understanding your opponent?
Which leads us to the final thought for you, the listener. What does this story make you think about power and conflict, whether it's on Earth or, hypothetically out there?
Yeah. Does true strength always come from overwhelming force? Or can things like subtlety, deep planning, and maybe understanding psychology be even more powerful?
Think about the risks of underestimation and how crucial it is to really grasp not just what an opponent has, but how they think. Some deep lessons there. Thanks for diving deep with us today.